Hi there, my name's Andrew Crain. I'm about to be 16, and besides the normal worries of a teenager like myself, such as how to spend my summer vacation, or girls, or whatever the case may be, one thing that has been a big part of my life lately has been learning how to drive. The freedom of being able to go where I want and when I want and things like that. It's a pretty amazing prospect to me, but there's one small problem with it. Until a few days ago, I didn't have anything to drive. So, before, I guess, I didn't really know where to start to buy a car. I had a lot of questions about it. It seemed overwhelming because of all the models and companies, and there are so many different places to look. It's a lot to consider, but maybe now that I've researched it, I can help you understand it better as well. The first step you have to take to buy a car is to understand what you need. Determine what you're looking for, and maybe ask yourself a few questions, such as, what size of car would you need? Would you need towing capacity? Or performance versus fuel economy? Storage, if you would need to do that, or if you would need to store and transport more. Transmission, can you use standard, or would you prefer automatic? Based on what you need, find a few models that meet your requirements. But first you have to develop an understanding of different types of cars, such as a normal car or truck, if you need more towing capacity or need to transport things that might ruin the interior of a car. An SUV if you're more of an outdoors person and would like to go off-roading, or a Suburban or a minivan as a family car. After deciding on the type, start to pick models that suit your needs. Choose maybe 5 to 10 models from different companies so that you could have a list to go by of everything that meets your requirements. The next step you must take to buy a car is finding the right deal for you. What does your budget allow for? You have to determine your price range. Can you afford a luxury car? That be something you're interested in? Or with the economy the way it is, would practicality be more important to you? You need to buy what you can afford. Don't get yourself in over your head. I guess also it's very important to decide whether or not you'd like to buy a new or used car. They both have their pros and cons, but a new car is definitely going to be reliable quality, and it's going to be from a trusted retailer. But on the other hand, they come with a higher price tag, and the price is, for the most part, set in stone and not open to much negotiation. Used cars can be lower in price. Price can be negotiated depending on who you buy it from, and you can get quality for less if you find the right deal. But again, on the other hand, there are a lot of different used cars to choose from. And if you buy privately, then the car might have problems unless you check it out by a mechanic. The final step you have to take to buy a car is to physically go out and buy it. If you prefer to buy from a car company, again, you have the option of either a new or a used car. If new is right for you, then as long as you have the money in order and everything, then you can go in, sign a few papers, and drive off with your car. But if used is what you're interested in, then you might try to negotiate the price and ask about features, understand the car a little better before you buy it. Also, at genxfinance.com, there are some tips you can use to deal with salesmen who can be a little crazy sometimes, even though they're not the sleazebag or dirtball kind of people that Hollywood portrays them as. They're still trying to make as much money as possible. So there are a few tips you can follow to understand what you should do when going in to buy a car. It's best to take a friend or a spouse perhaps with you, so that you can have another party to collaborate with. Also, don't give them any more personal information than they need. They don't necessarily need to know that you just totaled your car and need to buy immediately, because then they'll push harder. And could be bad for you. Also, be willing to walk away and don't have an emotional attachment to whatever you're trying to buy. You could also buy privately from a private owner, and there are a few things you need to remember when it comes to doing that as well. It's best to have a licensed mechanic check out the car, if at all possible. That way you know what you're getting into and exactly what the car has going for you, and any problems it might have beforehand, any repairs that are coming up, and you could account for that, decide whether or not you'd want to buy it in that case. You can also negotiate your price so that maybe you could find a little bit better price that you and this private owner could agree on, so that you can do a little better for your pocketbook. In conclusion, if you don't get anything else from this, the three main points are to understand what you need, find the right deal, and then buy your car. Hope this has been informative and helpful to you.